What's up, everybody? Is Eddie 1000, aka Durio 1000. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for allowing me in your house or in your car, wherever you are watching this right now. It is April 4th, 2024, 4/4/24, and today I am going to talk about some boxing, baby. So, last video about boxing, it was my prediction about Pitbull Cruz and versus Rolly Romero, and the headliner was Tzsu versus Sebastian Fundora, which was a late replacement of Keith one-time Thurman. And in that prediction, I said that Pitbull would win. And the main event, I said that Sebastian Fundora would win. But I did say by KO. But if you watch that fight, it was a good fight, bloody fight. And, you know, what a show, PBC, way to go. That was, I don't think we could have asked for a much better or more entertaining fight than what we got. It was bloody. It was good. Tzsu was winning the fight, I believe, until like the second or third round, until he got cut. That vein right there. He had a cut, and it was just running down his eyes, and he couldn't see. And Fundora was gushing blood from his mouth and his nose. And they were both covered in blood. And they were like some real gladiators going at it. It was just straight, like, medieval, like, primal, raw, no Diddy. But they were just going at it. And it was a good fight. One hell of a fight. Fundora did win. And I think that the only reason he won, I hate saying it was the only reason he won because, you know, it's boxing. You never know what's going to happen. And Tzsu was putting in work that won the first couple rounds. And until that gash on his head, Tzsu was winning. And due to the fight, I think both of these warriors, both of these gladiators, both of these men are going to be out for a while due to the injuries. And after the fight, Fundora and Tzsu, Fundora did win by split decision. Errol Spence stepped in the ring and said that he wanted to fight Fundora next. Now, there are some issues with this here. It's just, I don't want to call it, it's kind of like a clusterfuck that the 154-pound is in. You know, we had Crawford, who said he wanted to take on the winner of Keith Thurman and Tzsu. That's what Crawford said. And he said this before the whole Sebastian Fundora replacement, if I'm not mistaken. Terrance Crawford said he wanted the winner, either Keith one-time Thurman or Tzsu. Now, with the replacement of Fundora, well, I just spit. With the late replacement of Fundora, replacing one-time Keith Thurman, Errol Spence then said that he wanted to fight the winner. Oh, easy! Now I'm glad Errol Spence is back and wanting to fight, but in a couple previous videos, I stated that Errol Spence, after that beat down that he got from Crawford, he need to find himself. And I also stated that he's going to be looking for a cash out fight, right? And this is his opportunity. But not so fast. We have a lot of things that need to be discussed. Now, there are some people, shout out to Showbiz the Adult, go check out his channel, very entertaining. And he believes that Spence is going to get the fight next. However, he may be right. He may be right. But there are, and I did another video about this, is that there are a lot of variables in this situation at the 154 pound. And for one, Fundora had a verbal rematch clause with Tzsu. So the only reason Tzsu probably accepted this fight is because of the rematch clause. Now, being that was such a late replacement, they didn't have enough time to do a contract, an official contract, and all this other shit. So they just did it on a handshake. Hey, let's fight. We'll have a rematch clause. Yada yada yada. So immediately after the fight, Sebastian Fundora's manager, what's his name? I just had his Samsonite or something like that. I think his name is Samsonite. He says that he wants to fight Errol Spence in Dallas next. I'm like, whoa. But Sebastian Fundora, after the fight, said he wanted to fight Crawford next. And now they're saying, everybody's saying something different. But the bottom line is that Fundora himself is going to have to make some decisions. You know, he sent out a tweet saying he's going to stick to the script. We don't know what the fuck script that mean. Whose script? Your script? PBC script? The script of legacy? The script for the money? What script we talking about? So we talking about the script to go back and fight Tzsu. You know, I personally, I want to. Fundora is such a good fan-friendly fighter, because just like his last fights, he's 6'6", and he gets in there and fights, and he got knocked out his last fight, not this fight, but his fight before last. He got knocked out, and in the fight before that one, he beat the brakes off of Erickson Lubin. So it's you can't really go wrong with what happens per se. You know, it's just so much going on. Let's talk about the timeline here. We have Tzsu and Sebastian were both injured severely from this fight. So they're not going to be ready for several months, maybe towards the end of the year. All right. So they are pretty much out of the picture, regardless of what Sebastian wants to do, regardless if he wants to fight Spence, regardless if he wants to fight Crawford, regardless if he wants to go back and rematch Tzsu. All right, he's got to wait. So that leaves Crawford twiddling his thumbs, right? He hadn't fought in a long time, since Errol Spence, and that was last year, beginning of last year, or mid last year, something. It's been a while. So, what's Crawford going to do? What should he do? Well, I'm a fan, and I want to see, everybody wants to see 2 fights. Everybody wants to see 2 fights, but goddamn, it's hard to get these 2 fights. We want to see Canelo and David Benavidez, but Canelo don't want to fight Benavidez. We want to see Crawford Boots. Crawford don't want to fight Boots. So, what is Crawford going to do? It's like, of course, I enjoy watching the fight, but David Benavidez, he is a go-getter, right? David Benavidez is chasing after Canelo. He say, fuck it, Canelo. You don't want to fight me. I'm going to go fight at 175. So he's fighting at 175 next. And he might get the winner between, if he beats his fight, if he wins his fight, he might be able, the Saudis, His Excellency wants him to fight the winner between Beterbiev and Bivol, right? So David Benavidez is making his own path to greatness. And I hope David Benavidez keeps this up for his entire career. You know, just keep making your own path. Don't wait for no man. Keep going, keep going. Clap it up for David Benavidez. Clap it up for Tim Tzsu. Tim Tzsu didn't quit. He could have quit. He could have stopped the fight. Tim Tzsu said, fuck it, let's fight. Let's keep going. Tim Tzsu, clap it up for Tim Tzsu. Now, what I like to see is Jaron Ennis Boots get some of that David Benavidez juice. No Diddy. Jaron Ennis Boots. He's having a, I don't know who he wants to fight or who he's chasing. Is he chasing Crawford? If he's chasing Crawford, come up to 154. Fight Erickson Lubin. Jaron Boots versus Erickson Lubin. Jaron Boots versus Brian Mendoza, the guy that beat Sebastian Fundora but lost to Tim Tzsu. That's what I like to see Jaron Ennis do. I like to see Crawford. Crawford is trying to make a cash out fight too. He was trying to go up to 168 and fight fucking Canelo. Nobody asked for that shit. I bet you, I know who will fight you at 168, my nigga. David Benavidez will fight you at 168, Crawford. You want to go up to 168, but we know you won't. And I'm not hating. I'm not hating. I know. I'm just giving you my perspective. I'm not in the ring. I didn't take your bruises. That's you. You're a man. You get to decide your own path. You get to decide who you want to fight. So does Canelo. So does David Benavidez. So does everybody on this goddamn planet decide who they want to fight and who they don't want to fight. Right? But we don't get paid for it. You all get paid for it, and it's your profession. So I dig it. You're doing it for the money, and I'm not hating. I just want to see good fights. So Jaron Ennis Boots, there's no one left at 147. You got to move up. Terrance Crawford, you want the winner between Tim Tzsu and Fundora? They're not available. And it's most likely Spence is going to get that. So what you going to do? You're going to fight. You're going to go back down to 147 and fight Boots. You're going to fight Boots at 154. You're going to fight Erickson Lubin at 154 Crawford. You're going to fight Brian Mendoza at 154 Crawford. You're going to go up to 160. Well, there's nothing there for you at 160 except Jamel Charlo. We don't want to really see that. You want to go up to 168, be great, fight David Benavidez since Canelo don't want to fight you? I mean, it's up to you. You a man. You could just twiddle your thumbs and wait till next year, right? Take 2 years off if you want. That's up to you. You a man. It's your legacy. You know, I'm glad that you spoke up and said you actually wanted to fight the winner of these Tim Tzsu and Sebastian Fundora, Tim Tzsu and Keith Thurman. I put your hunger and your desire above Errol do I put it above Errol Spence? Yeah. Errol Spence didn't say nothing when one time versus Tzsu, he didn't say nothing. And Errol Spence, not to diss on Errol Spence, not to kick a man when he down. And again, Errol Spence is his own man. I dig the plan. He wants to cash out. He needs a big fight. If I were in his shoes, I would push for that Fundora fight in Dallas as well. That's a money fight. Put asses in seats, and that's your cash out fight. Can't knock that, bro. Can't knock that at all. But as a fan, I want to see you fight some more. And as a fan, I know that your last outing was horrible, and you just split with Derrick James. Hopefully you can get things back with Derrick James. And like I said in a couple of my videos, when you get beat that bad, you have to go and do some soul searching, right? And I can't tell you what you find in your soul. I can't tell you that, choosing a new trainer isn't good or is it bad or whatever. That's on you, I haven't heard you reach training with anybody or whatever. But I just wonder, your fighter, Frank Martin, is still training under Derrick James. So I don't know how that's gonna. I just hope y'all get things right. You know what I'm saying? So you can go back, analyze what the fuck happened. Because if you're not honest with yourself and you just disregard the fight, you don't realize your mistakes that you had in the Crawford fight, Errol, then you're liable to repeat that. Now, Sebastian Fundora versus Errol the True Spence. Honestly, the way that Tzsu handled Fundora with just a 12-day notice, and Tzsu was winning, I'll have Errol Spence beating Sebastian Fundora. I have Crawford beating Sebastian Fundora. I have Tzsu beating Sebastian Fundora in the next fight. No diss to Sebastian Fundora. He's he's a warrior, but the way that Tzsu dominated him in the first, second, I think third round, he wasn't going to make it out there. He wasn't going to make it out there. Sebastian needs, I don't know, Sebastian needs to do some more soul searching. He won, but he didn't win with flying colors. All right. Who do I want to see Crawford fight next? I just said Erickson Lubin. I'm sorry. Drawn in his boots. David Benavidez. But David Benavidez, I think he has a fight coming up. You got Erickson Lubin at 154. You have Brian Mendoza at 154. Get the juices going. That'll put some Erickson Lubin. I think Crawford beats everybody at 154, honestly. So I just want to see him get in the ring with whoever. I want to see Crawford get in the ring. I don't want to see Crawford just out of the ring. I want to see Crawford in the ring fighting. So I think that's about it. We're going to see what happens in the future. I don't know what Crawford's going to do. I don't know what Sebastian's going to do. Sebastian has the world at his fingertips right now. He can fight. He can choose to fight Errol Spence. He can choose to go ahead and rematch Tzsu, or he can fight Crawford. Crawford is technically Sebastian's mandatory. And Sebastian did say he wanted to fight Crawford. So we don't know. We don't know. With the injuries, we don't know how bad that injury it was with Tzsu. I mean, he was gushing blood. So we don't even know when Tzsu is going to be ready again. So it's just, who should Errol Spence fight in the meantime? Is he just going to twiddle his thumbs? I hope not. I want to see Errol Spence back in the ring too. I don't want to see him take this money, like the song say, go on, take the money and run. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Go on, take the money and run. I think Errol Spence is looking to cash out, so I don't see any other. I like to see Jerron Boots versus Errol. If Crawford doesn't want Boots, Errol should get Boots, but I don't think Errol got that dog in him like that. He not hungry like that. Errol trying to cash out. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I want to see Boots versus Errol, Crawford, Boots versus Erickson Lubin, Boots versus Brian Mendoza. All them boys can get in. They should, just fight. Just fight. Get in there. Erickson Lubin, get in there. So, that's it for this video here. I think I covered everything. Thank you for watching. I'm out.